So far, it's been a back and forth, more like a dodgy situation. The Reverend Intim Fojo says he has not officially been invited. He has not received any invitation from the security agencies. Government Communications Minister Felix Kwachiofor, who says Reverend Intim Fojo has not honored invitation. Yesterday, we heard from NACOC, deputy, I think his coordinator there, Chumberima, saying that if indeed Reverend Intim Fojo continues with not responding to or acknowledging their invitation, they will be forced to cause his arrest. Now that the minority has written to the diplomatic community, I'll start with you, AKOSUA. Is this the way to go?
Good morning to your viewers. I'm happy to be back here on this set, and I think that it is the way to go. Why? Because when this issue started, the first instance where Reverend Fojo raised an alarm, and duly so, as the ranking member on Interior in Parliament. I remember that we saw the president take to his social media and state that an investigation into the matter was necessary. Subsequently, we saw the spokesperson, or the Minister of Government Communications, as they call it, come out in a spirited defense on the matter. Now, if the spokesperson to the president steps out to speak, my understanding is that he's speaking the mind of the president. But what did we realize in the space of within a day or two? Whatever he said raised concerns. In fact, if I was to broadly pinpoint the concerns, it will start with one, the conflicting airplane registration numbers. Two, will come to disputed maintenance timelines. Three, will come to even the cargo transport legality of AMADU. Will come to contradictions on the flight routing. And the fifth is will come to, well, I literally said it was staged. That the maintenance video they put out there was staged. These five...
You believe it was staged?
Listen, you know, let's not downplay this. And I'm happy that the minister, the MP for Damango has chosen that route. Why? Because in the first instance, when the president put that tweet out, as far as investigations goes, the spokesperson then comes to tell us that an investigation into the matter is not necessary, but is more of making Reverend Fojo a scapegoat. So who is in charge? Your president says we have to investigate the matter. The minister comes out to say, no need. Let's look more into what the MP is alleging. Then, thanks be to God, fact-checking social media, amongst other things, shows the inconsistencies. I was shocked that, in fact, on Sunday, and you saw on X, I was going back and forth with him, that the picture you put out there shows N864 AM AMADU. That was the picture you showed. Now, people investigated that, interestingly. Now, with Grok and AI and all of that, says even that picture is suspicious as far as even whether it was actually in Kotoka. Now, you allege that the 864 came from Luanda. It turns out that was false. Now, questions are, why are you defending in the way you are defending? That's where the alarm bells went up. That why are you positioning yourself, even as a spokesperson for AMADU? And all of this, we've all run away from the core question of two AMADUs show up. So, in my mind, there's a medical evacuation, a medical emergency. Then you tell us that a plane had a fault as far as ties are concerned. So that it took off and mid-air, they did hit a bed, there are no potholes in the sky. Like how? How did that come about? And then the picture you prop up are people, somebody we said, you can decide to be petty, but even the workmen were not in the right gear as far as airport protocols are concerned. And what made it worse yesterday was that release from Ghana Airport Company Limited. I'm surprised you didn't mention it. The tone of that letter was as dismissive, arrogant as That's the posture of the spokesperson when this issue came. In fact, he even swayed from on the issue and was attacking the person of the reverend, labeling him, calling him names. Even on his appearance on Newsfile on Saturday, we saw that the MD of PMMC had been dispatched in typical style, like they were as in opposition, to go and confiscate the matters, muddy the waters and make it, And right after he finished, there was a spirited PR saying that the Reverend had run away, amongst other things. He's put out his information there. I saw a statement by the spokesperson, which is most unfortunate, that he said an NPP person at Ghana airport or something gave him that information. That's sad. The Reverend has every right to question. We are interested parties now because every single thing you told us turns out to be false. And even for media houses, I'm like, why? You can't just dismiss it and make it look like it's one of those things. No, it certainly isn't. What is your interest in the matter? What was his interest in the matter, and what was his interest in the way he put out the information? You put out a video. The video doesn't lie, where you categorically stated the reasons why those planes came. In fact, all along, my mind was on N823 AM. That was only the AMADU flight that I knew was in discussion, till he introduced N864 and said N864 had come. N864 actually now said it brought spare parts. Then to make it worse, on the Sunday, as we were doing the back and forth with him, I was on X doing the back and forth with him. Then I see 2 media houses release a footage of government releases video of maintenance of the aircraft. This time we see a cargo plane where look, even Kumawood can't even have done this production.
Is it standard procedure to record the maintenance?
No, it certainly is a standard procedure. That's
why
the
videos did not look like CCTV footage.
Look, so for instance, if you want to prove that they were men who showed up at the airports, giving the standards that our airports currently has, it's very easy to pull out the CCTV video so that we'll see the plane coming in. We'll see the workmen coming out. We'll see the gears they had. Even with the Kovac air flight, you said it came with jerry cans and oil and all sorts of things. Even stating categorically that in Luanda, they didn't even have the garage to fix the problems the plane had. And I fact-checked that. They actually are equipped to do that. So to fly all the way to come to Ghana, that is where it doesn't add up. So 2 + 2 has become 4 in the minds of Ghanaians, but he has given us a different equation altogether. Now, the bottom line of this is, I don't even trust the probe that the president is asking for, because now his spokesperson has implicated him in the matter. Not because we have something to say that we've seen parcels of whatever as others are throwing in, but because the sequence of events shows that there was a deliberate attempt to lie to the public. He told bare-faced lies. Listen, a concern is raised, and I highlighted it to you. You lied about the maintenance flight path. You lied about the aircraft. You lied about the maintenance schedule. You lied about the routes. So based on what did you have that information to come and put out? And in your spirited defense, even staffers at the Jubilee House were calling names, were calling the Reverend names. We're speaking to his person and not the issue. So if all these things, I've given you 5 broad points as far as I'm concerned.
Areas of doubt.
Yes, these are the 5 areas of doubt clearly established. And this is not us presenting, this is not even me coming to say this is what I have found out. This is based on what information you gave us consistently and repeatedly. We play it back and we look at it and we're like, no. This is not adding
Something
up.
doesn't add
So
up. Okay.
I'm calling for a bipartisan committee. And this government loves committees. It wouldn't hurt for them to add another one. A bipartisan committee put together to look into the matter. The tone of Ghana Airport Company Limited, the dismissive, arrogant posture they had in that letter. In point, look at that letter in point 3, they are literally alluding to other security agencies. And then later come back to say that one in Team Forger, as if we don't even know his locus in this country. It's not fair. It represents what the government has done, it also suggests that the president is also not in charge. That's another conversation I want to come back
Very
to.
well. We'll get into that, hopefully.
Thank you very much.
You think if the Reverend Intim Fojo makes available whatever evidence he has on this matter, it will put it to rest?
Well, let me once again use this opportunity to, I think maybe this may be the first time that I have entered this studio and explained it, everything.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
What the MPP has managed to do and achieve is to turn away Ghanaians' attention, divert our attention
From
what is currently happening.
what is happening?
The problems that we are facing from the energy sector, the missing containers that are running into billions of, where Ghanaians are all crying that we should arrest all those perpetrators, jail them. A lot of the issues from Parliament, where Fenoma King and his group are all struggling very hard to defend. You know, there's a difference between MPP and NDC. NDC just didn't get up and come and form a government. MDC is in government because Ghanaians voted massively and rejected the MPP. NDC is in power because we sold our manifesto. We told them what we can do, what they expect us to do, what we can do. And so they agreed. The MPP also brought theirs and they rejected and said, no, we are going with the NDC. And so for the first time, the NDC comes in with a majority in Parliament. In fact, overwhelming majority.
Yeah.
I think if the MPP had gotten this overwhelming majority, maybe our constitution would have been changed long ago. But this is NDC for you, and this is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for you. You know, I am shocked that at this present day, year, century, an MPP can sit down and imagine flights come and go, they come and go, and just imagine that, no, this plane that came, initially, Reverend Intim Fojo said he was speaking on behalf of the committee, Defense and Interior. When he was challenged, he said no, he was speaking on behalf of the minority. There's this inconsistency. We didn't even know where he's coming from in the first place. Then he claims that, look, there is credible intelligence to suggest that the planes that came were carrying what? Illicit drugs, cocaine, and money. And so, you know, I mean, I think that, yes, this is a very good Ghanaian wanting to help Ghana. And so if you've made such allegation, the only thing is for you even to go and say, look, come, I'm prepared to help you, this and this and this. And then you are being called, assist, and then you start running away. Now, just yesterday, you know, there's another MPP that's saying that Reverend Intim never said that there's cocaine and that he was only Reverend Intim, just from Kwesi Kwarteng, member of Parliament, member MPP communication team. I know maybe AKOSUA may know him. He says Reverend Intim Fojo has never made a conclusive statement that there was cocaine in the aircraft. All he called for was an investigation. You see what is happening? Every Ghanaian came to believe that yes, Intim Fojo says there is credible that there's cocaine, the plane carried cocaine. Now the company comes out to deny it, brings out the sequence where the plane is coming from, showed everything. I'm not interested in what Felix Owusu-Kwakye said.
Fosu-Kwakye.
Yeah, Fosu-Kwakye. I am interested in looking at what is down there. You know, Madam started by condemning Ghana Airport Company. And I think I have the letter here. And the way she condemned it, I'm surprised. Because the letter is straight. And if you have time, you can pull it out.
The tone and language
no, what
that
is
she
the tone?
Per her own estimation, It's not one.
No,
fit
no,
for a
there's an
company
average
such as-
understanding of every letter. I mean, we all went to school. When we say woman, we know what a woman is. When we say a man, we know what is meant to be a man. Okay? This is the letter that management wrote. Before they wrote this letter, there were a lot of communicators from the MPP saying that why is Ofosukwachi talking, because I mean, it is the Ghana Airport Company that should come out. It is the civil aviation that should come out. And they decided to come out. Coming out to...
Could they have come out better? Because we all know who the Reverend Ntim Fojo is. And the letter describes him as one Reverend Ntim Fojo.
Well, that is a tone. I wouldn't do that. I would have gone straight
So
to
that's
say the
issue
member
she
of
raised
parliament.
with the
No,
letter.
no. I mean, there's no insult there. To me, there's no insult there. Okay? They are also maybe hurt, but of course you don't transport your personal feelings onto official documentation or whatever.
Right.
I agree perfectly. But the letter, they just told you landing permits, who grants them? Civil aviation grants them. They tell you security checks, they are part, they checked. They sequence everything and concluded by saying that there is nothing like that. And that one, maybe they didn't know the Ntim Fojo. I know him. As a former member of parliament for the people of Medina, 12 years,
Yeah.
I definitely, and having been a political animal, I definitely know him.
Reverend Ntim Fojo has been MP for, I think, also 12 years.
Well, I don't know.
He served as Deputy Education Minister. He is ranking member on the Defense and Interior Committee of Parliament.
Yeah, of course. You know, ranking member cannot just get up and speak on behalf of the committee. I was the chairman for Mines and Energy for 6 years. I was the chairman for Trade, Industry and Tourism for 6 years. During President Kufuor's time, I was a deputy ranking for Mines and Energy. You just cannot get up and say you are speaking on behalf of the committee. You are not the head of the committee. Okay? There is a chairman. There is a complete structure that you need to follow. And for you to say, I'm speaking on behalf of the committee, there should have been a meeting. You agree on what and what to say. You take a common stand before you go out there. What I as SOROGHO, have managed to come out is that, look, the MPP, their backs are just on the wall. Things are so bad. If you look at the way the economy has started picking, okay? If you look at how interest rates are coming down, if you look at the treasury bills, everything that are coming down, the rates. Definitely, if you are somebody who wouldn't want Ghana to prosper, you should be worried. And I think that the MPP, they have not come out of their slumber. The defeat was just too much. I know. AKOSUA know. The suffering, nobody anticipated, even your own people. I mean, they were well friends. They knew they were going to lose. But to that, level, it's terrible. And so they are still in that confused state. But they should take their time. John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, has 48 months. We've done only 3 months. There's no way you can compare that to somebody who did 48 times to 96 months and brought us where we are. Okay? So I just want to say, to me, Reverend Ntim, I welcome whatever that they want to say, but to the diplomatic corps, what is he trying to do? Why is he not? He's not asking the security agencies, so he doesn't even have confidence in the security agencies of Ghana.
Perhaps the diplomatic corps are privy to some information.
No, privy
can
to
help
what?
Get cargo flight tracking and all
And
that
you
easier.
you think that His Excellency the President, the committee that is setting to probe, cannot get this information from the diplomatic corps? Let us stop this politicking. You see, we are
You think
building
that's what
Ghana.
we're doing with the issue? We're politicizing the issue.
It's unnecessary. But there's one thing that I've come to realize. I think that MPP during their tenure, there were a lot of cocaine here and there, but nobody was able to arrest them. His Excellency John comes, and within this short space of time, look at the arrest, 350 million here, this year. They are just making sure that they will not give room for these things. And I also suspect that MPP might have been using some of these ambulances to ferry their cocaine. Because I'm thinking, I'm of the belief that yes, because I would never sit and think that an air ambulance can come and they will load cocaine into the air ambulance to go. Unless you've done it before and you know that it is possible. I find it very difficult to understand. Okay? So, if you have done all these things and they say, come and help us, why are you running away? It's as simple as that. Now, Madam is saying that a bipartisan committee.
Yes, because we can't trust the executive. We can't.
No, you can trust Parliament?
We can't trust the
No,
executive.
will you trust
because
Parliament?
The executive is now exposed because of the comments of the spokesperson.
Madam.
But if it's bipartisan, then you have people
Absolutely.
on this side, people on that side.
What is
Absolutely.
bipartisan? There's one president and there's one party in charge of Ghana. MPP
So the
is not
committee
in
can
charge.
do its work, and then whatever comes
I'm
out
saying
of it, the president can decide
whatever that they have,
implement or not.
nobody is preventing the MPP, the communicators like Madam, to go before the committee and put whatever facts they have down. It's as simple as that. And if they don't deal with that, then you have the right to go out and say, look, they wanted it, I provided it, it didn't work with it. But to sit somewhere and be talking and be saying that diplomatic corps should come in, as if we are at war in Ghana. There are serious problems in Ghana affecting us.
When you met the diplomatic corps a couple of years ago, was there war? There was no war. The concern is that the country should not be delivered.
When you were talking, you see, I was quiet. You were saying so many things.
Alaji, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll wait.
I was so quiet, and I know you.
Let me get to Elvis for his thoughts.
So all what I'm saying is that the opportunity is here. Reverend, go. Because there was something I read, one of their lawyers who says that no, the onus to prove now lies with the government, and that it is not for Reverend Ntimbuaten to come and help them. All what he did was that he asked them to investigate. Do you just think if everybody gets up and asking the president to investigate on vain promises of things which are not real? Can we move forward? Is it one of the ways to frustrate? Because remember,
but the president found it worthy of investigation.
Exactly, because the president thinks that Ghana should be zero. We shouldn't allow any drug or something. The resetting is not going to allow for any of these things. So they listen. This is a president. It's not AKOSUA. AKOSUA would have brushed it down. The carpet. Oh, come on, come and bring proof. But His Excellency John Dawam said, no, me. I will even smell it. Look, go in, check whatever it is. Let's deal with it. Now come and help us. You allege, you have facts, and you are saying that intelligence. So you have intelligence, and you are saying that no, I'm not prepared to do it. They're calling you, you won't come. So definitely, and the reputation of Ghana is at stake. And so the president will not sit down and allow whatever that we have to do, come. Either you say, look, I'm sorry, I didn't know, and then we move forward. But if you are still insisting, with MPP still insisting and calling on the diplomatic corps, this is serious. It means that they know what they are doing.
But it's serious, yes.